Hello everyone, I'm Abhishek and I'm here to introduce you to our project on evaluation of threats to the digital manufacturing sector and their impacts. Next slide, please. The viability and importance of additive manufacturing has been ever increasing in the recent past, especially with the advent of Industry 4.0. With this heightened importance comes the need to protect the parts of the manufacturing process. Security in this sector is gaining importance in order to protect files, machinery, and information from the wrong hands. Next slide, please. The objective of our study is to analyze and evaluate various weak points in the additive manufacturing supply chain and the different perspectives from which an attack vector might emerge. There are three main parts of an additive manufacturing process supply chain shown in the image here. Their feedstock supply chain, the virtual supply chain, which involves making the CAD model, and the hardware and instrumentation section. Next slide, please. In this study, we evaluate case studies with heat maps to understand the attack vectors and the possibilities of intellectual property theft, business disruption, infrastructure and reputational damage, threat to human capital, and regulatory issues. The color key used is red for the highest level of threat, orange for a high level, green for moderate, and white for a low threat level. Vedant will continue from here.
Okay, so hello everyone, I am Vedant, and now let's talk about methodology. So there are basically two case studies which we have considered. The first one is the mass-produced automotive hinge, and the second one is the patient-specific part made from a CT scan. So different supply chain models were considered for each of these case studies. For case study 1, the design supplier perspective was adopted and the heat map was filled accordingly, as mentioned by Abhishek, with the colors ranging from red to white in the decreasing order of threat level. So as in this figure, what we can see is the part supplier outlook. The model depicted in this figure mainly focuses on the perspective of the manufacturer, or basically we can say the part supplier. So this is the heat map that we made for the case study 1, which involved a mass-produced automotive hinge planned for an estimated production of 10,000 parts per year. So the main thought process in this heat map was that the insiders or partners and even the competitors will have a major motive towards destroying either a company's reputation via financial means or via any means possible. So that's why we can see more of orange and red color in those columns, indicating a high to a very high threat level. For the nation states, we can mainly see there's a low threat level involved because we thought whatever actions a nation state takes will indeed go on to affect a nation's reputation. So we put on orange color in the threat to humans capital column, just because we thought that the nation state will only interfere if a government motive is involved. So this is a justification that has been summarized in this slide. And we saw that the risk and impact evaluation can be performed with the help of color-coded heat maps, which help indicate the relative level of threat of one attack vector to another. Now Rakshit will continue for the case study 2.
Hello, I'm Rakshit from KIIT. In this particular case study, we have considered the companies or the firms that are manufacturing patient-specific parts using CT scans. The supply chain model, however, remains the same. Moving to the next slide, the situation considered is the part design for 25 years of life under normal activities. And below is the heat map of different threat levels to the firm from different sources. However, from the graph, the justification of the above case study, so it was concluded that major threat to the company can be from either competitors or skilled individual hackers, although nation states could have blocked or become obstacle in the supply chain. But considering various aspects and past activities, the motive behind this doesn't stand much. Concluding our presentation, we discussed two case studies based on threat levels from different sources to different firms. It was evident that inside partners followed by competitors of the company can become major threat to the firm. Thank you. Following are the references that were considered during the preparation of the presentation.